Another design collection, another year, and we have some students who have just finished their final collection. But before anything else, let's first welcome Jennifer. So, how are you doing? How are you feeling now after the entire 6 months of craziness, madness, all that, all of a sudden?
I can't digest the fact that it's all over. I'm just, it's like it's a break, it's a weekend, and the work is gonna resume back to normal, and I have to work again. So I haven't digested it yet. Yeah, but I just feel like now that everything's over and I'm just sitting at home and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna miss college. I'm gonna miss the studio space because it's when I come here is when I can like actually get in the work mode, and when I'm home I'm just like not really in that space to like work.
But did you have any other plans like now after the collection's over? I'm sure you would have thought, "Kab khatam hoga ye?" This is so painful. And then after this, I'm going to do this and that. Don't you have any other plans? Like?
Yeah, I plan to like go for a vacation with my friend.
Yeah.
But that kind of is cancelling out, so we're just like. So I'm just trying to meet
as your friend is dropping out and all that, or?
Yes, my friend got her visa interview right in the middle of the vacation.
Okay.
Now we have to cancel that or to.
What was the plan otherwise?
We're going to Ladakh.
Perfect time to go, right?
Exactly. And we had everything booked. We were going to go to in a group of strangers.
Yeah.
So it was going to be so fun. But now it's just.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then are you going to go home and do other things apart from Ladakh trip? Anything else? If this is not happening, you must be having another backup plan, or?
I do plan to like go visit my grandmother in Kerala. I mean,
Okay.
and also I do plan to like get, since one of my friends like suggested this plan that I should actually, since I did it, my inspiration for my collection was from Thrissur Pooram.
Yeah.
I could actually go to Thrissur and then go to the temple community. I mean the committee, and then since childhood I was always like in the creative field. I would always wanted to do. I loved art. I wanted to create things. It didn't matter what it was. It could be in the science part of it. I wanted to create something, and when I think I was really, I mean, I think in my 5th or 6th is when I was used to like draw up dresses, and like I usually did that, and then I just grew up, I think in my 9th and 10th. And I was like, no, maybe fashion design is not something, it's very competitive, I wouldn't do great in it. So I went towards like interior design.
Okay.
And then I wanted to prepare for that. But for that I needed architecture, and my maths is not that great. So I took humanities, and I think I came here to visit IID during that time, during my 11th and 12th, because my sister in Bharat National Public School, it's in East Delhi.
East Delhi, which side, like location wise?
Karkurma.
Okay, I've heard of it. Okay, all right.
It's there.
Yeah.
So I came here because my sister is an alumni from IIT. So I came here to visit for her.
Okay.
And then I had a conversation with them, and they were like, you don't really need maths, you don't really need to take science to come in and study interior architecture here. And I was happy about that. So I thought that I'd continue pursuing this side of the design field. But then I passed out of my 12th. But then I wasn't sure if I wanted to go into interior yet. So I took a gap year and to just
figure
explore.
out.
But
okay. What did you do in that 1 year?
I traveled a little.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to explore. So I went to Nepal, did a volunteer program, wanted to help around and discover that side of me. But I also wanted to take that time to see. I knew that I wanted to go into design, but I didn't know if I wanted to go towards fashion. But what in fashion, I was also exploring fashion communication if I wanted to take that. And then I finally decided it was fashion design that I wanted to go into.
Then you had your foundation. How's your foundation year?
Yeah, well, it was new to all actually because it was online. Yeah. So my house was a mess by the end of, I think, first semester. It had stuff here. My whole room was full, so I had to take over the hall. And after that, my terrace, everything was gone. But the plus point was that we could actually just stay in bed and actually just join in the call and not really be in it.
Yeah.
But still sleep, but yeah, listen to it.
Was it a compulsion to switch on the video, or you could
It was in the beginning, but then I think they also got used to us because we weren't doing it in the end. So we just listened to them and then did our work.
Okay.
No, but I had students around me who found it easier to like make a new story for a garment, and I saw them do it so easily, which kind of really pushed me a little more to like I struggled a little more just looking at them do it so easily, and I wasn't able to do it. That was a difficult part.
Do you think you were somewhere in your work you were better than some of the students who were confident in putting things in front, but your work was better, but maybe you were not too?
Yes, definitely. So communicating that work in the end was, I found it difficult then, but I find it a little easier now. Now that I've
after so many presentations, so many grilling, everything, right? Even I had the same experience during my NIF time, that I used to be the quietest one. Can you imagine?
I can't imagine you to be that.
I'm the quietest one in the class, and you know what used to be my presentation? I would do everything.
Yeah.
But then when I have to stand and present in front of the class, this is the concept. Thank you. किया हुआ है, दिख तो रहा है, you know, it's more like that. Or maybe I would read out some keywords, that's it. I was like that.
I don't believe you for some reason.
Exactly. So that's what I want to with this podcast or this entire conversation. I want to tell everybody that it's a process. Like everybody makes it. If you have the intention, if you want to work hard on things, whatever that you want to do, it happens. One of the most important aspect of a design process is the process book, where everything is very rough, very natural, and that is where you can decode and figure out how a designer has reached up to a point with all the explorations, iterations, everything. So now Jennifer is going to show us her process book, and from there how she arrived to her final designs, and then we'll talk about the final collection. So yes, Jennifer, let's hear it from you.
So how I started, what I started with when I had this concept in my head was, I knew that I really wanted to explore umbrellas. So with umbrellas, I wanted to like get into like understanding its form. So that happened by deconstructing an umbrella. Okay. So basically, I just wanted to know what this. So I started with the form in general, physically how it looks from the outside, and so I went into like. I was actually 2 ways into it. I explored the umbrella physically, but also like trying to understand the symbolism behind it, the connotations attached to it.
So it also looks like you've taken the functionality bit as well of the umbrella. Okay.
Yeah. But while I was reconstructing it, I got a lot of elements out of it. So I was able to see like the panels coming out. So it had multiple panels, the fullness of it, the volume it got. And the structure that it provides from within is what I want to take forward. I saw a lot of triangular panels and the circular form, and that I took forward. Just around the arm, I explored like the umbrella itself, the structure within, how it could form around a body like an arm, and just a few iterations. I mean, just an idea of what it could be. I also did like developing colors, so I went back to my stories, and then the contrast that I talked about before, I want to take that forward. What I also did was that umbrella here came from a very traditional festival, but I wanted to also understand umbrella around the world and connotations attached to it, the stories behind it, and the colors they all signify. So I was able to see, I was able to like do research on it and understand like majority of it. What I found commonly around them all was that protection was something that was highly seen around. I mean, that was a keyword that was attached to to an umbrella. Okay. And then just the red color in general was the most common. Yeah. But also it signified a lot of royalty. We had like very old poems which evidenced these just the visual of umbrellas coming in. Just wanted to go back in history and understand where it actually originated from. Okay. In the end, after doing all this research, I went and created this whole big list of keywords that came out of it. And then the most common ones is what I took forward.
Are these the ones that you highlighted?
Yeah. These are all I saw this during my deconstruction part of it, panels, volume, but also showed high status and there was this contrast. Umbrella in itself is encompassing. This one jacket that I made in the collection is actually, this is a reversible jacket. And so that reversibility came from this keyword, line quality of umbrellas that I did. Just to get the natural fabric, it's not easy to like get the right shade. So I had a lot of trial and errors, and then finally I got them right. I also did a lot of machine embroidery on top of the fabric, just to show that line quality that came from my exploration. So this sleeve, particularly that jacket you see in the middle, is that jacket was my first garment that I started with, and it actually took like 3 prototypes to actually come to this, and I want to specify it. So because the construction, just the garment construction is really difficult because it's very structured and very circular in form, and just to make it wearable was a big struggle for me.
Yeah, we forgot to capture this
Mention
side
that,
of
yes.
the struggles of the collection. So how many times did you reopen? Did you rip things, or did you make it?
I ripped it, but I also got one of my faculties also ripped it, and that was heartbreaking after making it. So this is the sleeve, and this just wanted to cording being one of the major textural work of the garment, the collection is what really brings it all together. It's what the cording was the hero of the collection, I would say, especially for the ones already in the design college. Would be that don't plan anything. I mean, plan it, have an idea of what you want to do, but don't plan the process. Don't do that. I did that by mistake in the beginning, and I kind of struggled in it. But I would say just go with the flow and the process, and where it takes you, let it organically come out. Don't plan it. I would say that really practice how you communicate and translate your designs. I mean, just to communicate your ideas on paper or just visually, just to like communicate that idea outside, that's a major thing, because it can't just be in your head. You need to like bring it out. So being able to like translate it the right way and to just get it out of your head and on a paper is a major struggle in the beginning. But if you like really get into it, I mean, really practice it well, so it is a huge help for you. Especially, I think it's more visual is why it makes it more difficult to actually communicate.
Yeah.
Because you have this idea in your head and it's a visual, and you need to like get it out. So for that, you need to like know skill. So you need to also have those skills to develop those skills.
Yeah. All right, Jennifer, I wish you all the best, and thanks for taking out time. Amazing. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm always doing this. I'm so sorry. It's a bad habit.